Good evening. On behalf of Three Sheets Nation, the place where drinks come true, we welcome all of you to the podcast, Three Sheets to the Mouse. We're gathered here tonight around the adult beverages to share a drink, to share a thought, and to share news. We hope you enjoy our story tonight. Erections of Earth.
I know it sounds sorted, but you'll be rewarded when at last I am given my dues. And injustice deliciously squared, be prepared.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode number 244 of Three Sheets to the Mouse. We're the podcast that likes to focus on the adult side of Disney, from parks to movies to dining. We'll cover everything Disney has to offer, including their drinks. I'm Mikey, and tonight I've got two men and a little lady.
Gee, thanks, Mikey.
With me. That's what you get.
You sit in her chair? I mean,
Yeah.
You are. I mean, I bet you even got your legs dangling.
Nope.
Oh.
I'm not that short.
Oh, well, don't
That's my wife.
touch Todd's helmet.
Wait, you're not.
He's upstairs.
You're like average height.
he's our height.
Yeah,
he's
you're
my
not
height,
short.
at least.
No, so my wife is.
Oh yeah, she's short.
She-
Not as short as
she-
Maria.
No,
but,
no.
You know.
She's no. Your wife is fun size. Maria is like a miniature, because in Halloween candy you got the full size, you get the fun size, and then you got the miniatures, which is like a bite. Fun sizers in theory should be 2 bites,
But they're not.
No.
but I mean
That's a
no.
lie.
It's serving size is. The
What
whole
I'm hearing
thing.
is candy bars teaching you how to deep throat from the 80s.
Yeah, and if we've learned anything from Maria, she's mini. Attaboy, Todd. Oh,
Wait, I'll do it for
Tuna
Todd since he's
can.
not here.
Yeah.
Oh, tuna can? Or is it, what's the other one? Even 2 inches hurts at 4 billion miles per hour, or whatever the fuck he said.
That's breaking the speed of light, which I think would vaporize everyone. But I'm good with that. That's Adam with the physics lesson of the day. Thank you, Adam Hawking. Tim, how are you?
Wow.
I can't follow that. So, hi.
And as we've already discovered, we have Mark Miller filling in for Maria.
Glad to be here.
That'll change.
Just remember, you wanted this.
I know.
Mhm.
I know.
I mean, just remember he had 20 hours advance notice and was a hell of a guy. Which, hey, if you've been listening forever like Russell Lawrence Cole has, you would recognize Mark as one of our hostfuls from Do You Think You Can Host? That little game. It was
What was it?
time in
Wasn't
Three
it
Sheets
wasn't
to the Mouse
called-
history.
So you think
It
you
was
can
called-
host?
It's
So
called
you
So You
think
Think
you
You Can
can
Host.
Yeah, as a typo. Oh, Todd gave me a thing. Okay. Well, gentlemen,
What?
I said, Mark, what are you drinking?
America.
But
Budweiser?
heavy?
Coors Light?
If it's literally called
It
America,
is literally called America.
No, it is
Yes,
not.
I swear. I swear to you,
well-
it is called America.
Oh, God. It is.
that is the brown liquor.
Yes. It is bourbon whiskey. It says it's America's finest bourbon made with pure American grains. It's not America's finest bourbon.
I was just going to say, for some reason, I think it lied.
Very much so. It was like $20. I bought it purely because it's
Yeah,
called
That is
definitely
America.
not America's finest bourbon. But hey, you get this. They saved money. They didn't have to put the extra A in it. So
Right.
Well, I mean, but how is it? Like, does it remind you of anything? Have you had some of it yet?
Yeah, I had some
guess you
a
have.
minute ago. That really reminded me of anything. I'd say
Is
it's
it?
almost like,
Bad decisions.
yeah. Because it's like they tried to go heavy on the wood taste.
to cover
Yeah.
up the youthful
Yes.
Yes.
taste of a young 3-year-old blended whiskey.
Well,
You see, but I can't say. We've had
3-year-old
this.
it says
whiskey.
aged a
No, not
minimum of
3-year-old
1 year
whiskey.
in new charred oak barrels.
oh,
Oh,
yeah,
minimum
never
of
mind.
1 year.
So they pulled that shit at 366 days. It's like,
Yeah,
sell
it sounds like
sell
it.
And there's no way it should be that. Yeah, that's food coloring then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
caramel coloring.
Right. That's that.
I-
They
yeah.
366 days, and they added some extra wood chips
Yeah, 'cause-
into the bottom of that barrel.
Yeah.
for the-
Serious.
Even
wouldn't get
Palm
it again.
Bridge is 5 years, I think, and it's darker than that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. Don't go.
But
by the
usually
America.
a year is almost clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, their rye,
Yeah.
Palm Bridge's rye is clear.
It's like pea yellow. Tastes like piss anyway.
But
so-
because it's a rye, they don't have to age it in charred barrels, do they?
no.
No,
So that would lend it more to a lighter.
but it would still get some of the tannins from the oaks.
I mean, some. I don't know. I'm not arguing with you, Tim. I drink everything and
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, me
except
too.
More.
And I'm sure somebody's going to call us out being wrong. So
Yeah, both. Yep. Adam, what are you drinking?
I got a beer.
Yeah. Is that from your trip thing that you did with a bunch of people?
No,
Oh,
I didn't bring
okay.
any of those home because most of the ones that I liked they didn't have in can or bottle.
Ah. So
it
buy
was
the
only
keg.
on top. How the fuck am I gonna fly home with keg? You know I have a weight limit.
I'm
Figure it out,
pretty
man.
sure you show up with a keg, they'll find a way to get you on the plane.
I don't think that's how that works.
I am
Oh.
almost positive it doesn't because
No.
that means sharing, and I don't care enough to share.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, okay. See, I'm a nice enough guy.
No, I just got some of the Neon Beer Hug from last week. I think we drank these. It
We've been
seems
We've been drinking them all summer so far.
so. Until I get sick of them, and then I'm gonna have to find something
Yeah,
else.
which is
That's how
probably
the
after
issues
this
really work.
batch.
Yep, because I'm like, I really don't feel like drinking it, but it's what's in the house.
Problem is that we always go. I always go to the liquor store the beer store after work, which is in our grocery store, and this is really the only thing interesting that they have cold right now.
Oh, okay.
And if I get something warm and put it in the fridge, it won't be ready for recording
Yeah,
time.
you won't want to even drink it at that point. So you want something you get home and start cracking.
Yep.
I heard that. Well, no, I'm sorry, Tim. Are you getting hugs today as well?
I am, but I've got the Tropical Beer Hug, which is their Imperial IPA.
Okay.
I think the tropical is my favorite. I think it also has the highest. Is
Yes.
that the highest proof?
9.9%.
Does it have like I don't remember last week at all. It's been
Me
a
either.
week. Does it have like I'm assuming like a pineapple or some type of a citrus anything
Not
to it, or is
really.
it just a name?
Not really.
It's not overly
just a name.
citrus.
It's not overly citrusy.
Okay. So there was an attempt
Yeah.
to just there's something there, so you can call it tropical.
Yeah.
Just
I mean, it's not a pog or anything like that. It's just.
it's not a Hollandaise. It's what you're trying.
No,
to
no, no, no.
No, no.
I don't think I've had a Honolulu in 2 years.
Shit, I can't find
No,
hot.
we
think
haven't
I've
had
had
it in a minute
one.
either.
They may
Probably-
quit making it. Shit, I don't know.
Well,
No, they still have it.
they don't have it in BFE, Mississippi. The only time I found it was in California 3 years ago.
They don't even have it in NFE, Arkansas. I got
Really?
Big Wave in Kona, or I have Big Wave. Yeah, near fuck Egypt.
Yeah.
It's not quite, but it's just near fuck
Yeah.
Egypt
You
here.
can still get it here, but the price for it has gone so high that it's not worth it. I mean, it's an okay pog beer. I mean, we've had a lot better pog beers.
Yeah.
We've had a great one in New England that was
I
phenomenal,
hope
but
we
you
can
can only
find
get it in
that
the
again.
summertime.
Well, speaking of grabbing things that, canned beverages that are too hot to drink, we just talked about it. I was at the liquor store tonight because I'm grilling ribs tomorrow, and the glaze I'm making uses some bourbon, so I grabbed some bourbon to go with that. Cheap bourbon, not like American cheap, but cheap bourbon. And as I was walking up to check out, they've normally got like a little rack with some interesting things on it. And there is a local brewing company here in Arkansas called Core, and they do put out some really great beers. But I got to looking, and they've started as of like last year doing like the canned cocktails, which I thought was interesting. I like interesting. And I grabbed the one, it's called the Hot Spur. It is gin, lavender, honeysuckle, and a little tonic in there for carbonation.
I don't.
and it's not bad. It's 10%. I don't know what gin it is. I don't know if it's like the Rocktown gin, which is local in Little Rock at the distillery there, or if it's just government gin.
Well, I
But-
mean, even some of the cocktail gins that have the label on them aren't necessarily made with the best version of that gin.
Sure,
or that
sure.
vodka,
See-
or because they're mixing it, so it doesn't have to taste
Yeah.
the best. It
Right.
doesn't matter.
A lot of these mixed cocktails I've come across are actually malt liquor instead of,
Yes.
actual cocktails.
Yeah, well, they have 3 different versions of their mixed their canned cocktails. One is a gin. They've got one that's a vodka, and I think they got one that's a tequila. And it actually is those liquors in there.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I mean, sure, but the can says so. But I think it tastes good. It's okay. I mean, I got a 4-pack of it just because I wanted something different. And when it's hot as balls like it is right now, I would probably rather have something ginish than beer.
Than British.
Yeah, I don't want any
Yeah, I mean,
British.
The only thing is, it's usually cheaper per ounce to make your own drink.
100%. But this was an impulse buy, which
Okay,
good
fair.
on them. They fucking got me.
You sure fuck did.
Yep.
And you know what? I'll probably go back up there and get another one
Because you're lazy.
because it's local, and I'm supporting locals, I guess.
But I would
I need
just
to
buy
get-
their gin.
Well, I mean, I'm Adam.
What? I'm honest.
I know. Well, I don't have lavender here at the house.
I know somebody who can help you get lavender syrup. I almost guarantee it.
Well, I said at the house. Like I could get it. I don't have it at the house. I mean, I guess in theory, a guy could go with probably the violet from an aviation and get close-ish. Probably
Lavender
as close
syrup.
as this can is to whatever's going on.
Lavender syrup's not really all that difficult to get anymore.
I'm not saying it. I said I don't have it. I'm having Coors 25th state named after the Arkansas.
What? It's
Okay.
named Coors
Arkansas was
25th.
the 25th state in the Union. So
So why
they
is it
call
Coors?
Core.
So why
Core,
is it
C-O-R-E
core?
apostrophe S. It's possessive noun.
Right,
Oh.
but why is it Core then?
Core is the last name of the guy that runs the brewery. So
Oh, I
it's the
thought
name
you
of the
said it was
brewery.
named after Arkansas. That's why I was getting confused.
Well, it's the 25th state, which Arkansas was the 25th state in the Union. So that's why they named this line 25th state.
Oh, that's what my disconnect was. I'm like, I still don't get why it's named Core. It's the 25th state. That's fine. We don't have a state called Core. That's the 25th state. So that's
If we
where
did,
my
it'd be
confusion.
Texas, I guess. I don't know. Why are you trying to villainize me?
It's fun. Maria's
Well.
not here. Somebody has to.
Well, speaking of villainizing
Nice segue.
and being the bad guy, but not a bad guy.
Ish.
Yeah. Billie Eilish? What? Tonight we're in Maria's absence. I thought we would do a more fun show. It's going to be really freeform. Originally, we thought, hey, you know what, Disney. If you think back to Disney films and stuff like that, they have just a ton of heroes and villains, and Disney has some of the best villains, in my opinion, as far as cinematic history goes. Especially with their cartoons and stuff like that. Let me ask you this, Mark. Top 3 villains, Disney. Go. Quit thinking.
Yeah,
Just tell me.
Facilier. Crap. I had this. Hold on. Give me a second. Sorry. Sorry. I'd say Facilier, Cruella, and Maleficent.
Tim.
Facilier, Cruella, or not Cruella, Maleficent, and Scar.
Adam.
I knew that was it. Facilier definitely. I don't know. I like Maleficent, and I guess Mother Gothel.
Okay. I definitely, as far as top 3, I have to also go Facilier. I've got to go Scar. But as weird as it is, I also look at the Evil Queen. Just okay, and I see the face Adam's making, which brings me to my. Well, that brings me to my next question coming off of that, which is what makes a villain as opposed to just the antagonist or the bad guy? Because there's a lot of movies that don't really have a specific villain. They just have an antagonist, and then they've got like bad guys, and that's why I mean, Adam, what makes an outright villain as opposed to just the antagonist? Like, what pushes it over the line?
The length that they would necessarily go to get whatever their want is.
Okay.
Like, there's usually a morality. Is that the word I'm looking for? I'm not sure if that's a word. But there's a line that, like, yeah, I understand you really want it, but there's a line that you won't cross to get it. And a villain, to me, doesn't necessarily have that line, doesn't care what the cost may be at the end. They just want what they want. They're going to get what they want, and they're going to get it by any means necessary, whether it's like cheat, hurt, kill.
Okay, Mark, do you have
idea.
a criteria when you were naming off? Because I know we all went with Facilier, but you also had some others that weren't necessarily on lists.
Well, looking at like Cruella, she's basically willing to do whatever it took to get the puppies. She trying to be nice and manipulative at first, and then just outright
maniacal.
Yeah, maniacal.
How about you, Tim?
I agree with Adam. There's a certain morality with it. That some of these antagonists, there's a line that they won't draw. They don't go to the extreme. But like true villains, I mean, Scar killed his brother and the king.
Tried to kill his nephew.
Starved his whole pride.
Right.
So I mean, nothing would stop him from getting what he wanted.
Well, and to that point, like, he didn't care for the after effect either.
No,
he just wanted to be king. It didn't matter what.
Exactly what he was king of. He wanted.
Yeah,
to be
he
king.
just wanted that power and trying to keep it at all costs.
Yep.
Yes, he didn't care about the people people. I'm anthropomorphizing fucking hyenas. He didn't care
They were
who was helping him
anthropomorphized
get
in the movie.
it, because when it came down, when the script got flipped, he still didn't give one damn about the hyenas versus anything to keep his ass
His title.
out of the literal fire.
It was anything to keep his title. He wanted the title.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
So I have to agree. I mean, that's agree with all these, and it's. I definitely think that just being an outright murderous bitch to me makes you a bit of a villain, I guess.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
Because it's not even the fact that for me, like the Evil Queen, it's not even that she was evil. Like, she for a period nurtured Snow White. Like, she was a mother figure to her, and then all of a sudden the mirror says, hey, maybe you're not the fairest of them all, and that's when everything changes, and she went to great lengths to eradicate the young lady. So
I mean,
that's why she made my list.
no, it makes sense. I mean, it just that. I mean, Mother Gothel kidnapped somebody just to stay young.
Right. Oh no, absolutely. I think
mean,
there is a somewhat of a redeemable quality on Gothel, just
No.
because of it was selfish reasons, but you're
Where's
right.
the redeemable quality?
I was trying to find it, but it's not there.
No, there's
No.
She locked her in a tower. She didn't let her leave. Super manipulative. I mean, Mother Knows Best is the song that makes her stay in that. It's classic narcissism. She's a bitch.
Agreed. Fair enough. So, I thought it might be fun to look at a lot of movies that Disney has put out that may not necessarily have an outright villain, and we could have the discussion to find out, is there a villain? Is it just a bad guy? Is it, is bad guy an antagonist? Would you say that's kind of the same thing?
No,
Okay.
because an antagonist doesn't always have to be bad.
They just have to oppose the protagonist. And,
Yeah.
All right. All right.
They just have to be on an opposite side.
Right.
It doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad
Well,
or.
I guess that's actually the literal definition of an antagonist, that they just create some kind of dissonance from the protagonist. So yeah, you're right. I didn't listen. Mark, you're the fucking English teacher here, okay?
well, we're fucked then.
It's okay. Even when the English teacher is here, we're still
Yeah,
fucked.
well,
Things never change.
So,
Perfect.
Yeah.
all right. Well, we'll kind of hit these pretty quick here. I skipped over the films that have an obvious villain,
Okay.
and also the ones I haven't seen. So I'm sure there's going to be some that you guys are like, wait a second. I'm going to like, haven't watched it. And then we'll have the Kate Smith talk, and it'll be good fun for everybody. All the way around. So I just going all the way back. Let's hit up Dumbo. Is there a villain in Dumbo, or just like a bad guy?
There's morality issues in Dumbo
Right.
with the circus and the way that the animals are actually treated. So I can almost say the circus as a whole is a bad guy.
Okay, but not necessarily
No,
villainous.
I wouldn't call him outright villainous, because that was just necessarily the time frame that Dumbo was in. Nothing they were doing, the circus itself was doing, was considered cruel or evil, or what have
Well,
you.
But no, because you were meant to feel that was bad. When Dumbo was taken away from his mom, you were meant to feel that this was not okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yes, does it happen? Without a doubt. Doesn't necessarily mean because it's okay and it was allowed back then, it's good? Or
No,
it's something we should turn a blind eye to and let it just be?
No, I'm not necessarily calling it good. I'm just saying it's not necessarily inherently evil.
So the practices, I guess, of the circus folk, Arnie's.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just in general, kind of the bad guy there. All right. Okay. See, I've I don't know. I know, Tim and Adam, this is kind of a bit of a bridge with another podcast we know and love, Mouselaneous. Is Dumbo on the list of movies for you guys to watch with Kate, or for Kate to watch, or
it hasn't
something
come
like
up
that?
yet.
Okay. The new one. I'm sorry, the new
Oh,
one.
fuck
Oh
off.
no, I haven't watched the new one.
You haven't?
No.
Me neither.
I-
I haven't watched it yet.
Okay, guys, I didn't want to like it. First off, for 100 reasons. Live action remake for the start. And it's like, oh wait, who's directing this? Well, no, I don't want it. But just it gets a Mikey stamp of approval for what it's worth.
I mean, I can't even make it through the original.
Adam, write it down. Write it down.
No, I was looking at the dog.
Oh, I thought
heard
you were.
noise. No,
But you were surprised. It
no.
gets even. It works for me. I enjoyed it. I would watch it any time, which I can because of the plus. But I liked it. I genuinely liked it.
I mean, it's been a minute since I've seen the original. I don't.
Yeah.
Well, again, people told me that I had to watch Aladdin.
Oh, I didn't tell you that.
No, but other people have.
I would tell you don't.
No.
It was real bad.
Oh yes, it was. I would tell you don't watch
Like
that.
real bad.
No,
like
there's no-
surprisingly
there-
bad.
I've intentionally avoided that movie.
No,
I would. Han Solo wouldn't even watch it in his fever dream. It's that bad. No, don't do Aladdin. Okay, what about Bambi? Does Bambi have a villain?
It's a coming of age story. I don't.
I mean,
Well,
does it even have?
Man is technically the villain.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah, but
closest they
Man
come,
is in it
but-
for just such a small amount of time, and he's not even in it.
You hear the gunshot,
That's it.
Yeah. and even
Wait, don't you see the?
No, you see an outline. You don't. He
Yeah, like
doesn't
a
have
silhouette.
features, but
Yeah,
you
'cause-
do see an outline.
yeah, that may
I
be
think
as
it's one
close
of the
as we
only
get.
Disney movies where you don't see the face of the villain, which I mean, I don't even say it's
I
the
don't-
villain.
I don't.
I
think
agree
this
that
is-
it's
you
coming
see-
of age.
I would honestly feel that's a protagonist, and not necessarily a villain, because he actually starts the story. Because without him, there wouldn't be a story.
Yeah, and as far as we
Right.
know, he's just
So-
out there hunting for food. So
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
no.
I've had this discussion. You're right, Mark. Point
There-
you're making. Someone listen.
There's no. Yes, you're supposed to feel for Bambi. You're going to feel for an orphan, anything. But it's more of Bambi learning to come of age against his issues and like being an orphan than actually. Like, Man's not a constant threat throughout the whole film, so
No.
I couldn't. He's
Right.
more a catalyst, better than
Yeah,
protagonist.
catalyst.
Catalyst
Fucking
is a
A.
better word.
Great,
there.
great word. I like that. That's what he is. He moves the story, but
Yes.
not necessarily for any nefarious reason or
We don't know
anything
what
like that.
why he's there. He's just there.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Sidebar. Has anyone here seen Bambi 2?
No.
No.
Okay. Also has the Mikey stamp of approval.
I've seen Godzilla meets Bambi.
wait, what?
I have not seen
yes,
that.
I remember that.
It was in the beginning of Godzilla 1985.
It was awesome. I
It was
do
awesome.
remember
It was
that.
like a flip book drawn animation. He's just
Yeah.
Bambi just frolicking along, and then Godzilla's foot just comes and stomps on Bambi.
Oh,
so it was a
fantastic.
short then.
It's a short.
Yeah.
It's a short in the
It-
beginning of Godzilla 1985,
Mhm.
like in the credits.
I enjoyed it. It's got fucking Picard or Professor X, whoever you want to go with. It was good. It was on constantly with my first son. Like that DVD played nonstop because he loved it, and so I enjoy it. But it wasn't bad. It was pretty good. Okay. Cinderella. Is there a villain?
Yes.
Is she a villain?
Yes.
I think she is.
She's evil.
She's
She's
evil.
bad.
She's bad. You know, she's a bitch of a stepmother.
Okay.
but
No, but
like
but
she didn't
no,
try to
because-
kill
No.
anybody.
No.
I'm sure she would if she could have
She
got
thought
the
she could
choice.
get away
in
with
the movie, she didn't try to kill anyone in the movie, though.
She could get away with it. She would have.
I feel like she was bad, but I don't like. For me, honestly, villain, there has to be some kind of murderous intent.
There is murderous intent. You don't. She basically turns the girl into a slave. I mean, she marries
When you
the
put it
husband
like that,
for
you make me sound like an asshole.
well, she marries the husband for status. Husband dies
She a gold
and
digger?
turns the daughter into a slave.
She's a
And then
housekeeper.
even when there's a chance for Cinderella to better her position, she tries to prevent that from happening. So
Mm.
she's a villain.
Yeah. I have a hard time going with that. I see where you're coming
Yeah.
from. My brain puts her as bad guy.
But what's her redeeming quality?
She doesn't have any.
No.
But I don't think lacking a redeeming quality to me that doesn't push you over the line to being a villain.
So what does?
Murder.
So it has to be murder.
To me, to make that line
See, I
jump to being a
disagree.
villain, I want to see just everything you're saying, like everything to make it all about me. But there's just I just
I mean, and then,
I just want to see murder.
but if you look at the original fairy tale, she tells people to cut off their toes to fit into a fucking shoe.
I've never
Her
seen
own
the
daughters.
read
Yeah.
the
Her own
original
daughter,
fairy
yeah.
tale. Yeah, I don't Hans and I don't Grimm.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. She is a villain. If you know, like they themed it for Disney audiences, she's a villain.
Well, that's what I'm going off of is the Disney flick. I mean, she's got great hair.
Does she really?
Yeah.
It's that is a pompadour.
She likes it hot, hot, hot.
That's not even wrong at all. Jay. I would say if she's anything, she's Buster Poindexter. All right, I'm in the minority here. Mark, are you with Adam? Is she a villain? Is she a bad guy?
I'm leaning towards Adam.
Yeah, everybody does. Because it's away from Mikey.
And I smell better. No.
Everybody is like, you know what? Lightning is going to strike, and I'm not going to be by that son of a bitch. He ain't even got a soul.
I mean, the more recent Disney movies, there's a lot more murder. So technically, according to your logic, then man should be a villain. Because man actually does commit a murder.
Well, this is true. Listen, I'm flawed, Adam.
No, I'm just making a point.
I hear you, and your point is valid, but I stand by my flawed idea of what makes a villain. Because it's not only the murder. Listen, I'm going to waffle back and forth.
Awesome.
Which this may be the first episode where I just completely waffle back and forth and don't care. I said, normally I care. This time I don't. It's too hot.
Mike.
Tim, do you agree with everybody but me?
Yep, I said that.
Okay,
already.
moving on.
I think there's gonna be a lot of that this episode. Just saying.
Yeah.
Because there's
Sword
not
in the
enough murder
Stone.
in Disney movies. That's what you're saying.
Sword in the Stone. Is there a villain?
I don't remember enough about it to comment on this one.
Is Madame Mim a villain? Or is she just a bad lady?
It's been a long time since I've seen
Yeah,
this
me
movie.
too.
You made her backstory.
Yes, but that was,
was
how
hoping-
long ago?
I don't know, 8 months?
Yeah, exactly. Ask me what I ate for breakfast if you really want to fucking challenge me.
She only
think she's
shows
just-
up for a brief part.
I think she's just crazy.
Yeah,
think
she's like the because Merlin gets nope. Arthur gets teased by like a lot of other people, and Mim is just a bit more aggressive with the teasing. I think she's crazy. I don't think she actually wants to hurt, kill, or anything. She's just she just wants to get back at Merlin. I think because she thinks Merlin's better than she is, which he is.
it's just that competition amongst magicians that it's a hard because they could kill each other. The way I look at it, either one of them could say goodnight to either one at any moment and be done with it. So that one's rough.
Or so does that make it just a? I don't even know that she's a catalyst.
She's just nuts. It's a very uneven movie to begin with. So that's just
Oh my God, it is. Go to Wikipedia and read the plot. You're like, okay, and then it like legit jumps to pulled the sword from the stone. Which spoilers, Arthur pulls the sword from the stone. And you're like, wait, where's the rest of the fucking movie? Like, I know something else happened. A lot happened.
Nothing else happened. Nothing to see here. Move along.
Mark?
Yeah, I gotta go with Adam on this one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tim, she nuts. And that's about
I
it.
don't remember enough about this movie to comment. I said that in the beginning.
Well, you know what? I'm looking forward to the live action remake.
Jesus.
They haven't announced it, but I mean,
They're already
I
working
don't
for
think it's
everything
gonna
else. I mean,
right?
God.
I mean, we had The Sorcerer's Apprentice for a live action
I
remake.
didn't hate that movie.
I didn't either.
I didn't either.
I mean,
I actually
I'm
kind of
watching
enjoyed it. Of course,
Well,
it was
don't get me
Nicolas
wrong.
Cage playing Nicolas Cage
Well,
in a
yeah.
Nicolas Cage movie
Right.
by
Well,
Nicolas
I mean,
Cage.
that's everything.
I mean, it's Nick Cage.
Now, the other guy is his name Jay Bouchamel. Is that his name?
Baruchel?
The whiny kid.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
He's annoying
cheese
as
sauce?
fuck.
Bouchamel, isn't that a cheese thing?
Oh God, I don't know. I should know if it's a cheese.
No, bechamel is a
No,
sauce.
there it is. I knew it was some sort of sauce.
Okay. You know
One
what?
of the mother
He's,
sauces.
he's the guy from How to Train Your Dragon. He voices that
Yeah.
kid.
I love that movie. I love those movies. I didn't see the last few, but I love the first two.
Like, here's a fun one. It's not though. Mulan. Is there a villain?
No,
It's just the opposing army.
Yeah.
Is
there's no.
Well,
Well, I mean, they're
No.
like,
yeah, they have Genghis
they're-
Khan,
and
but
they
even
got
still,
Shan Yu.
This is another. Well, okay. If you look at, depending on which movie you're looking at,
Oh, I'm only looking at cartoons. I ain't looking at
Okay.
that fucking live action thing.
live action was amazing.
I'm not
Really,
saying
really
it's
good.
bad. I just said it was that fucking live action thing. I don't like the live, except for the ones that I do. I'm a waffle. Fucking Lego my
I mean,
ego,
there's
bitch.
an opposing army, but I don't know if there's one central villain, except for
They
I wanna
want
say
you to
Liu
think
Kang.
it's
Okay.
shit.
Is it Mortal
It's
Kombat?
franchise. Right?
And he wasn't even a bad
And then
guy
it
in
was
Mortal
almost-
Kombat.
I don't know what's his
Shan
name.
Yu,
Shan
I
Yu.
think, was his
Yeah,
name.
it almost came out,
He was
another
like
name that was wrong.
the leader of the Huns.
but again, he was the leader of an opposing army.
Right.
So, but it doesn't. Again, it's more of a catalyst
I agree.
than because it doesn't. Yes, it affects Mulan's life, but I don't see it like he's not just out to get Mulan.
He was
He's
kind of a
out to
warlord,
conquer.
though.
He's a warlord,
Yeah, that's kind of being a villain.
but again, according to Mikey, it has to be a villain because he kills people.
No, I said what I
well,
said.
isn't there attempted murder,
A few times.
Yeah.
A few times.
especially at the end on the roof?
Possession is 9/10, man. Whatever that means. I just think of him as more of the I don't think he has enough time, quote, on screen or whatever
Well,
to
Yeah.
really even like. I don't even really care about him. Like I had to
that's
look
exactly
up who
it.
the hell he was.
Yeah.
yeah, I couldn't remember his name.
Because it doesn't matter. He's the guy with the fucking one eyebrow.
Yeah.
That's what I.
And the pet falcon.
So I would call his army maybe the villain. It's not just him. It's the opposing army in this situation would be a villain.
That'd be the best way to put it, because otherwise, like, he's just like almost a background character for
Yeah.
most of the movie until like
Yeah.
the absolute very end.
He's the general
Yeah.
who's making his last stand for no. Yeah, you don't know enough about him to know what his.
Motivation.
Yeah.
His motivation is just to complete his mission, so to speak.
Exactly.
And
So I think the army in this situation would be the opposing army would be the villain.
okay, here's one:
Uh-oh.
Lilo and Stitch.
No,
Yeah,
No.
no,
there's
yeah,
no villain.
I don't think
no
it has a
villain.
bad guy or a villain.
no. The closest we
No.
get is the mad scientist, and that
I mean, the fat guy.
yeah, the fat guy, the one voiced by
Even he
Charles
kind of
Winchester.
turns around.
But yeah, he turns around at the end, but like at the beginning of the movie, he is just an absolute crazy mad scientist who wants to create a giant
Yeah.
murder machine.
But without
Well-
him, we wouldn't get Stitch.
True.
So,
And wasn't he tasked to do that anyway?
yeah.
Which would, I mean, I guess he was tasked by what the I don't want to say the Grand Councilwoman, but whatever entity she serves as, I guess. I don't know. Like, they want you to think maybe it's her, but at the end she's like, "Oh, you're right. I
Yeah.
see the change in his heart. He's okay." And then Gantu is fucking like the worst, whatever he's supposed to be.
I don't. And again, I don't think the scientist guy is a villain. He's
Yeah,
not in it
No,
enough.
yeah, no, he's not in it enough,
I
but
mean,
he's the closest to a villain, I think.
Yeah,
I think anyone that thinks Stitch is a dog is a fucking villain.
I
Right.
agree.
Fuck you.
Stitch is a fucking
Stitch
dog.
is not a dog.
According
Stitch
to
is
the
a dog.
state of Hawaii, Stitch is a dog.
No, he
They're
is
a
not.
fucking island in the ocean. They don't
See,
count.
We can argue about this to the balloon face. Disney can't even decide if he's a dog or not because Disney puts him on all the dog merchandise and then says he's not a dog.
Because listen, if you show someone a fucking plush of, I don't know, fucking Pogo or a plush of Stitch, where are they going? Stitch every time. I got Bolt, I got Stitch. Which one do you want? Stitch.
Well, a lot of kids
Lady
don't know
and
both
or
of
the
this.
Tramp sewn together or
Oh,
Stitch.
no, that's
going
different.
Stitch.
No, that one might be rough for me.
It-
I don't know,
it'd be a
I'm
tough
talking
one.
the last 20 years. They're going Stitch. You're going Stitch. Also, This is tough for me because you guys keep talking to mad scientists and stuff like that, and I have a hard time keeping the movie and the cartoon show as separate entities because I've seen the cartoon more times than I've seen the movie.
Do you know who the real villain of Lilo Stitch is?
Nani?
No, that little redheaded
Oh,
bitch that
yeah.
fucking Lilo
Oh,
punched her in the
yes,
face.
yes,
Yes.
yes, she is. That's the real villain.
That's the real villain.
Fuck that bitch.
Oh, but
Okay.
speaking of sidebar, real quick, Disney brought out Pleakley for Gay Days at Disney this week.
Shut up.
Pleakley was out for Gay Days this week.
Fuck. That's awesome.
He did cross dress.
Well, I think they consider him ace. No,
Trans.
no. Would he be?
Pleakley
he
is
might be
considered trans.
asexual.
Does the A stand for alien? Because that's what
Yeah,
Pleakley
yeah.
is.
Of course. No,
Like,
I know. I'm gonna offend somebody if we keep on going down this route.
Yeah.
We need to
No.
change the topic.
okay. How about Beauty and the Beast? Is there a villain? Is there a villain?
Yes.
No.
Beauty and the
Yeah,
Beast.
I want to hear this shit. We just got a show, so we just started the show right now. Tim and Adam are disagreeing. It's a show now. That's like it's never a series until the home team loses.
Gaston was willing to do anything to get
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
When
forgot
he
about
killed
that.
the Beast,
Sure,
would get Belle.
but as far as he understood, there's a fucking monster in the castle, and monsters
matter.
got to be
No,
killed.
Didn't matter.
that's not true. That's not true. He
Is
didn't
it-
care about the monster in the castle until Belle was kidnapped.
Oh, a monster kidnapped the woman he
Well,
loved with
And it wasn't
Yeah, but
necessarily
he's
kidnapped.
also
He
creepy.
he
also,
lusted for.
yeah, he is a villain. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, you're right.
I mean,
He's a villain.
He was willing to put somebody in an insane asylum.
just to get what he wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the Beast locked him in a fucking dungeon just for showing up at his door.
But the Beast was redeemable.
The Beast had something done wrong to him that turned him that way.
Nah,
So
he
is-
did
yeah,
something
he
wrong to
turned
be
someone
turned that
away,
way
so
first.
he got
yeah.
beasted.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this was just villain on villain, and the
I
Beast
don't-
won.
See, I would.
I
I think
yeah.
everybody wants to love the Beast because of Belle, and he was an
Who did-
asshole.
Yeah,
no,
but she-
Rock
she
sandwich.
but
also
no, but here,
changed him for
but
the
no,
better.
I'm going to use you again. Your logic against you. Wait a sec. Who did the Beast kill?
He killed Gaston.
No, Gaston killed Gaston.
How?
Didn't he
Help me
fall
Yeah, he fell,
after he stabbed?
but
Yeah.
Yeah, after he stabbed the Beast.
yeah, so it was self defense. So yeah,
Well, I mean,
it wasn't outright
You-
murder.
But Yeah,
I
it was-
said
Although-
my logic was flawed going into this.
What about all? What about all
I mean,
the
you're
broken furniture?
you're batting fucking zeros at this point.
I mean,
well,
yeah.
the broken furniture.
What? Wouldn't that?
The only thing he tore up was his picture.
Yeah, but don't you see like broken furniture like throughout the movie?
Yeah, but I don't know if all the furniture is sent in it. Sent-
We-
sent in-
we-
in-
I mean-
We
sent-
we
didn't-
don't
I
know.
can't
It
say
could
that
be.
word right.
So you know,
We don't know. Where the fuck did Chip get his?
his
Chip.
tooth.
Oh,
When he
Jesus.
becomes a boy, he's missing the tooth.
Oh, maybe the Beast knocked it out of him before he was the Beast. He was
Jesus
just a prince.
Christ.
Also, I think the real villain here is where the fuck were the parents of this prince?
Probably dead. It's a Disney movie after
yeah,
all.
they kill. They
well-
always kill the parents.
Come on
Yes. Okay. Well, I lost a point for that one too. Okay. Here's a soft toss. Finding Nemo.
That's not a soft toss.
No, it's actually difficult.
It's
'Cause-
difficult.
Really?
Yeah.
I think of it a lot like Bambi.
No.
I see coming of age.
There's a bunch of. I mean, if you want to break it down, there's a bunch of antagonists in this movie.
Yeah.
Not, I
Yeah.
don't think
Not
there's a true.
like outright villains.
villain.
I wouldn't necessarily.
I
You
mean,
come close. Like if you had to pick one, I would choose Darla.
She just needs fucking riddling.
She's just crazy. It's not like she's doing it on
you got
purpose.
Darla, you got Gil. Gil's
Is he
kind
a
of an
bad
antagonist.
guy?
He's a kind of an antagonist. He's doing whatever he
I mean,
He's willing to do anything he can to sacrifice fucking Nemo going through the filter to get out of that tank.
Yeah.
but nobody else escaped when Nemo escaped. He
They
showed
did. They were
Nemo
just-
the
He
way.
did come around and allowed Nemo to escape.
Well, yeah, so that's why he's an antagonist. He came around,
Yeah.
he had some redeeming
Yeah, I
qualities.
wouldn't call him outright
Bruce
villain, but yeah.
This kind of antagonist?
I don't know if there is a. I mean,
I wouldn't call Bruce
really
an
outright
antagonist because he's fighting off his.
You know what? I bet Squirt is the real fucking villain in
that's it.
Nemo. It's fucking Squirt.
Fucking Squirt all the time. I don't know.
It's that fucking angelfish that says, I'm obnoxious because he's fucking go touch the butt. And Nemo
it
goes
can't
and
be, it
touches
wouldn't
the
be
butt.
the human in this.
Whoever made the Octopus Inc., that's the villain.
You made me. I bet it was the fucking I'm obnoxious kid. Little shit.
Always the obnoxious kid.
Yep.
Okay. For anyone who's seen it, this is going to be a quick one. Chicken Little.
I don't remember it. I've seen it.
I've only
hundreds of
seen it
years
the
ago.
one
Yeah,
time,
same.
and
Yep. I never
I
wanted
think
to see
it's
it
just a
again.
misunderstanding between the chickens and the aliens. That's all the whole thing came down
Yeah.
to.
I couldn't tell you.
yeah, I wouldn't
I
call
don't
it
remember it at
that
all.
one having a villain, from what I can
I don't
remember.
recall the movie.
Does Cars have a villain?
Yeah, kinda.
Is Chick a villain?
Chick is more of an asshole. I wouldn't necessarily call him a villain. He's just an asshole.
How about Cars 2?
I don't remember Cars 2.
The young boy that I take care of during the day, I asked him all these, and I asked him about, I said, does Cars have a villain? He says, no, but Cars 2 does. Because it's got
But
that,
it-
the
it's
lemon
because
dude.
it's a James
Yeah.
Bondy thing, and it's got the, I mean, it's like, I said, good for you. I didn't even have to say, what about Cars 2? He's like, no, but Cars 2
Yeah.
does. So, first off, I'm going to have to wipe his memory of that film.
Why, you think he's giving him ideas or something?
It's not worth remembering. There's other stuff to remember. Like, how about Meet the Robinsons?
Bowler Hat Man.
Yeah.
But
But
Bowler
is
Hat
he
guy.
But at
He is
the
the-
end,
he
he
is the
has
villain.
he has the arc where he comes back around, and he's not so bad a guy anymore.
He's not so bad, but he tries to do all these really fucked up things throughout the movie.
But that's just because fucking what's his name kept him awake all night, and he couldn't sleep, and he missed his baseball game,
No,
or he was there when he was unconscious.
Mikey. He's a villain.
Yeah.
He might be a redeemed villain, but he's still a villain.
Still a
I
villain.
think the Hat is actually the villain because she kind of
No.
does her own shit.
He's a villain.
We got two villains.
I lost that one. Well, then okay. Well, then what about Ratatouille?
There's a lot of antagonists.
Yeah, I wouldn't call
Yeah.
outright villains, just antagonists. Because he's not like
The worst would have to be Skinner, but
Yeah.
Anton Ego is well, he's more of a catalyst, I think. I think Anton's more of
yeah.
yeah,
It's
a plot point. As it
there's
were.
a lot of plot points. I don't think there's an overarching
No.
villain.
You know, Skinner's the antagonist because he did try to keep
he just tried to keep the
the
restaurant.
restaurant
He
away
wasn't
from.
trying to
Yeah.
actively
Right.
murder.
Well, he's trying to keep it away from.
the mouse, but
No, I mean,
Well, yeah.
yeah.
Well, he didn't know it was the mouse.
yeah. But I mean,
So-
what chef, what person in charge of a restaurant wouldn't want to kill the
Yeah,
rats that
exactly.
are in there?
So-
I mean, that's totally
It-
understandable.
it's-
Who knew they were sentient?
but again, there's no real villain.
Wally.
This
No.
one I knew it was coming,
I-
and the only one I want to say is
call-
like,
because the closest we would come is Otto, and
Yeah.
Otto was just following
wouldn't
programming.
it be the
That's it.
humans?
Yeah,
The humans
it's
at
just-
best.
just a
See, and I
directive.
took it, and I thought of
Well,
it, and I
If
think it's
you
humans.
Really,
I
yeah.
agree.
If you
I
want to get
think-
existential, it's humans.
yeah.
It's humans.
It's just humanity's
Humanity.
appetite for everything now. You know,
Consumption.
It's
the
instant
whole consumption
gratification.
thing. Yep.
It's actually
that's
humans.
what I thought.
And I don't mean the 1880s disease. I mean, you know, it's
I
our ability to do everything is consume everything, dispose of everything.
And then the ship is sentient. Like the ship becomes sentient, but somebody had to program that ship.
Right.
that
Yeah,
way.
that's what you're saying.
It-
Otto's just following
Yeah.
the program.
So
Yep.
yeah, I don't. It's humans. It's humans in general. It's apathy to easy. and we don't want to work for anything. We just want it.
Basically, what you're saying is it was fucking Fred Willard's fault.
Yes.
At the end of the day.
Oh,
All right. If you've seen it, what about Bolt?
Oh, I don't remember. I've seen it, but I don't remember.
It's-
We only watched it that one time.
It's been a while.
I remember it being cute.
Yeah.
I've seen it many times. It used to be one of Boston's absolute favorites. I don't think it has a villain, except like the act that there is a villain, but it's a villain in the show that Bolt is on. So
Yeah,
he's
I-
not really the villain
Yeah.
at all. So there's like layers upon layers here, Hal.
I want to say
The worst would be
Bolt
like
himself is his own villain.
he gets in his own way because he's well, but at the same time he's ignorant to everything that he doesn't know.
That's
The worst person in the movie is the little Miley Cyrus's agent.
I don't remember it enough.
Yeah, I don't remember it enough either.
Yeah, he only cares about keeping her employed because that's where his paycheck comes
Yeah.
from. So we'll just get a new dog and not tell her, and we'll spray paint a lightning bolt on him, and there you go. Spoilers. I don't.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
It's
I
for
was
the-
trying to remember
okay.
who that guy was who was keeping the dog locked up. But yeah, he'd be the closest.
no. I mean, no one kept him locked up. I mean, well, the studio would put him in
Yeah.
his own trailer after
Yeah.
shooting a scene. But okay, how about Up? Is Muntz the villain? Is he a villain?
I was thinking about this and I was leaning towards yes. Because he was actively trying to murder a kid. And
To me,
Carl,
well, I mean,
He's a villain, but
he's a villain because he
not
wasn't
the
believed.
overarching villain. He's not
Yeah.
the main reason for the story,
No.
but he's definitely a
Yeah.
villain.
Plus, he was also
Mr. Fredrickson's not a saint himself.
Nobody's really
Nobody's
great
really
in
great
that
in the
entire
movie.
movie.
Yeah.
Russell
Except
is.
Ellie died a saint. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah,
Russell and Kevin. Them's my homeboys. And I guess Doug.
Yeah.
But
Russell, I mean, does some
Wasn't Muntz
interesting...
hunting Kevin too?
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Muntz, that's the whole point of the movie, I guess, is he's like, I'll go show you that the fossils are real, or the skeleton he found was real.
would-
So Muntz,
Yeah.
well, not the whole point of the movie, but that's why we see him again, because he's there
And
trying to find the
did
skeleton
have
of
those
Kevin.
pack of
He-
you know
yeah.
killer dogs.
Murderous dogs.
That's why I kind of go with
that can
he's
fly
definitely a villain,
planes.
but he's not the reason for the
Right.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Brave.
She's her own villain.
I mean, she's a redhead without a soul. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
come on now.
For starters.
yeah.
I mean, she turns her brothers into bear. He turns.
Well,
Yeah,
they,
well,
no,
they were
the
just-
cake was meant for her mom. The brothers just got in on it.
Yeah.
yeah, but
Listen,
and almost
they were some little shits,
her
Adam.
mom.
They were
so
some
I-
little shits.
She would be her own villain, in my opinion. She has to figure herself out. Yeah, she gets redeemed in the end, but she's her own villain. She's willing to do things that go a little bit beyond what a normal person would do to get what she wants.
No, I again, because I said I asked the young man I take care of all these things, and I got to that one, and I had to high five the kid because whatever he says, I said, "Who? What about Brave? Who's the villain?" He says, "Mordu the bear." And I was like, "Fucking, you knew the name of the bear in the story at the beginning of Brave, which actually there's a short about
Yeah.
said bear." And he wasn't a nice guy. He was actually a really bad guy that the Wisp Witch turned into a bear because he was just so bad.
the will o' the wisp.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
but
I don't.
that-
I don't.
Yeah, but like Up,
no,
He's not part of the story
yeah,
as a
right?
whole.
No, he's the reason that homeboy is all like kill the bear, but not. Yeah,
He-
no.
yeah, he's
I
not
was
the
just
overarching
saying.
villain, but
Yeah. I think she is.
I kind of want to go
Because
back
she
and
spends most of the movie trying to fix her mistakes.
yes, agreed. Because she goes back to the witch's hut. Which
Yeah.
is gone. She's like, "Oh, I got your money. I'm out. Peace."
mhm.
I mean, she does. She's her own. She makes all the mistakes in this movie. But that's why
Inside
she's
Out.
also relatable. The movie itself. No, I don't remember it.
Inside Out. Joy would be her own villain, but like
Yeah.
Brave.
Yeah. Yeah.
But okay,
She just,
But at the
she's
end of the
you know,
day-
she's misguided.
that would be Riley again as being her own.
Well, you can get existential and just break out, into different parts of the id and the ego.
That's
Now we're going deep.
I don't think there's really a true villain there. I think it's just I think that
No,
one's just
I actually Joy
It's
is
dad for
borderline.
moving them to San Francisco when she
There
didn't
you
want
go.
to.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, God.
mom
Joy would-
fantasizing over the.
I think you have a
the
point
guy.
though, with Joy being the villain.
I think Mark's right. Joy is her own villain. I mean, she would do anything that she could to control Riley,
Right.
to
And,
be the
Because she
controller
always
of
wants you
emotion,
to be. You have to be happy. You have to
Yeah.
be happy all the time.
It's-
That's
yeah.
yeah.
and which
Yeah,
that in turn made Sadness feel like crap, like she was worthless.
well, all the other emotions didn't count, and that's
Right.
not good.
Mm-mm.
Like even like for a well-adjusted person, that you can't be happy all the fucking time. It doesn't work.
This part's gonna blow people's mind right now. I think.
Why I
Thanks.
got one right?
I don't know the fact that
Yeah.
Joy is the villain in Inside Out.
Finding Dory.
I don't remember it.
I figured that I would get that on a couple
Yeah,
of these or I didn't watch it or something like
I remember seeing it. I think we went to the theater to see it.
We
but
did. That
I don't
fucking
remember it.
octopus.
Yeah, but I think Hank
kidding.
is really just an antagonist
Yeah,
or
I
a catalyst,
wouldn't-
even like he has his own agenda, but he's not trying to hurt somebody. If
just
they
kidding.
get hurt along the way, meh.
He's the best part of that movie.
Yeah. God bless that
come on,
on
yeah. Al Bundy.
Well, besides Dory's dad with the receding hairline.
That was
They gave a
fucking
fish a
great.
That
receding
was
hairline.
awesome. They did a lot of things right with that movie.
Wasn't that Eugene Levy?
Yes, that was.
Did he voice
Yes.
her dad?
Mhm.
Yes, I believe so.
Was- Yeah. Okay. It's great because he had bushy eyebrow things
Yes,
going
he
on
did.
over his eyes.
Yep.
Yeah, because there are two.
And-
There's Eugene Levy and Eugene Levy's eyebrows, and you got to pick which one you're hiring for a movie.
Yeah, yeah.
because they're independent. They have their own agents.
One's insurance is a lot higher than the other.
That's
You
right.
figure it out.
Okay, here's one that
Uh-oh.
Moana.
There's no villain in Moana.
I think
At
no.
all.
I agree.
Yeah, I think the closest
I
we
think the
come
closest
is
you would
Maui.
get would be Mount. Yes, I agree.
No.
I agree
Uh,
with Mark. I think that's the closest you get,
Yeah.
but he's not.
He's
super
ego-
selfish.
He's just
Yeah,
he's super
his
selfish
problem-
and egotistical.
He thinks too highly of himself, and he thinks everyone wants to meet
Yeah.
him, and everything. But yeah, he's not a true villain.
Which is
but
funny
he's
that
just-
we think he's the closest to a villain. Meanwhile, you've got Tomatoa, who had
I
no
was
problem
just gonna
eating
say,
either of them.
Tamatoa
Yeah, but I
is
just,
the villain, but not the villain of the movie.
I mean, yeah,
He's ready to kill people.
not of the movie, but I just think he needs someone
And,
to
and the
talk
coconut
to him.
guys.
Well, the Kakigori.
The
forgot about
Kakigori,
the
yeah,
coconut.
Those
they're
guys
villains.
are the evils. Those
Story. That's the fucking slushy at the Japan
I'm gonna
Pavilion
go with it because I didn't know the name of him.
or the China Pavilion. It's one of them, probably Japan.
The coconut guy,
The Kokomura
Kukumura, whatever.
also sounds like a drink somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my
now you know why I confused
Yeah,
the two.
I mean, if I think if they're the closest to like a villain of the movie, just because they don't care. They're fucking. We're just gonna
They're
kill you.
nuts.
We don't care.
Yeah, just keep shooting blow
Yeah.
darts at everybody.
Like for not even a good damn reason.
no, just to
they're
do
just
it.
pissed off that they're
It took
fucking.
me it's one
nuts.
of those movies also that took me a really long time to like it.
I liked it the very first time I saw it. I'm
did not.
just obsessed about Polynesian culture anyway, so
To anyone who says Taka is the villain, just
You're
watch
an
the
idiot.
movie.
No, yeah,
The
No,
movie
you're an
would have been
idiot.
fixed if you know what, fucking just give her the rock. Give her the
Yeah.
rock. Pass
You're
me
an-
the rock.
No,
Movie's
not-
over.
yeah. Because that's all it took was sticking the rock in her chest.
but
Yeah.
But it was the
God, they want the
raid.
rock.
It
We got to
wasn't-
keep it safe from her.
But their
No, just
journey
give it
was
to
the
her.
movie. She wasn't the
No.
villain.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. She's
now-
not the villain.
Because you were always trying to. The whole point of it was giving her heart back. It was the heart of Tafiti. You were trying to give her heart back.
But Moana didn't know that Taka was Tafiti.
No, but I mean, foreshadowing and shit. You would
Well,
figure it
So,
out.
what do you guys feel about the fan theory that's going around lately about Moana that
That-
she died in the storm, and Maui was her guardian angel, taking her to Te Fiti, which stands for heaven in the movie.
Then how does
Yeah,
she go back to her people?
I don't buy
It's
that.
Yeah.
it's all in her head. It's all in her.
Well, you can do that with any movie.
But you see, there's a lot of problems with that for the simple reason: why is the grandmother not there then? The grandmother's represented later, and then there's a. What storm when did she die then?
When she first tried to get out into the ocean in the beginning of the movie, and then the storm passed.
So
and
when she was little. So she grew up as a dead person.
well, I didn't say it was the correct
Yeah.
one. I'm just
No,
saying,
I'm
what
just
do you guys
asking.
think?
I'm asking the logic. I'm not saying it was you. I'm just trying to follow. There's a lot. That's a stretch for me.
So Elsa died trying to get off the island of Frozen 2, and the rest of the movie is just Anna coping.
It doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
Anna
I know.
Elsa interacts with other people.
Yeah.
Grief is powerful.
Moana would make more sense than Elsa,
It's
but
love
Moana doesn't.
persevering, I'm just saying. Coco,
I would say no, except
is
for
it Dela Cruz? Is he the bad guy? A villain?
He's the
fucking
bad
tried to
guy.
kill-
he's the ba-
He tried to kill
Yeah.
Coco.
No, oh,
and
yeah,
he
for sure.
actually did kill Hector.
Yes,
He's
yes,
a bad
he's
guy.
a villain.
He's a villain.
Oh
He's a
yeah, I
villain.
for sure call him a villain, but I
He's
wouldn't
a
necessarily
dead-ass
call him
villain.
the overarching villain.
He's not the antagonist.
Yeah.
He's not the main antagonist, but he's a villain.
This is one that I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that's watched it. Onward.
I watched
I'll
No,
that.
I
watch
watched
it too.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Fuck y'all. Okay,
The fuck you
sorry.
do?
I've been on my own island for a couple of these.
Thinking,
Yeah.
for
Right?
thinking that like we don't
In fact,
watch
I think
movies.
we've talked about this before. I mean, hello, Octavia Spencer is the Manticore.
I love Octavia Spencer. She's awesome.
Yes.
I would
I
say.
remember wanting to like it more than I did.
I would say,
I can't watch
no
it.
villain.
I fucking cry.
or at best, they're their own villains.
They're their own villains.
Yeah.
They don't listen to each other. They're very combative with each other. They don't. They're not evil. But they're their own no, this is a true antagonistic relationship. It's not
Yes.
villains.
Yeah.
They're true antagonists. They have different viewpoints. They're not seeing eye to eye. Neither one of them is unnecessarily harsh or mean to the other one.
No.
Besides them being brothers, but they're each other's antagonists. It's not good or bad. They're just who they
Yeah.
are.
It's still kind of one of those kind of coming of age things, I guess, mostly just because
No.
the young guy kind of realizes that, you know,
It's a
his
coming of
brother's
age.
been there for him, but he hasn't recognized his brother as being there for him.
But neither one of them recognize that in the
Yeah.
other.
Not until they have half a dad.
Yes.
And like the worst half.
I'd rather have half a pizza.
Same.
I mean, listen,
Or a giant Cheeto.
dads are pizzas.
Do you say so?
Aye. Encanto. Abuela's the fucking worst, and
Oh,
that's
yeah,
the end
for
of this
sure.
conversation.
Yeah, yeah.
She's the villain.
Yes.
The
I think she's the
fucking
villain.
worst.
Well, she does come around at the end, but she.
I don't give a fuck. She's still a
Oh
bitch.
yeah. Oh, for sure. She's still a bitch.
You still hate her kind of at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
She don't kill anybody,
You
but
know,
I
because
would
she-
slit that
I-
fucking
It-
throat.
she's so focused on keeping the miracle alive and fuck everything else.
No, she wants the
doesn't.
perception of the miracle.
Yes.
Right. And she outcasts her own granddaughter in doing it.
Yeah,
And
and
Son.
hell, half her other
And son,
grandkids
yeah.
too. Because like she wants everyone to be so perfect
That's it.
that
and everybody's a reflection on her, and if that reflection doesn't match what she wants it to be, you're dead to her.
Because she doesn't have a gift.
Because she's a fucking rip-roaring cunt.
Oh,
Yes.
I fully agree.
Well, and you know what? We'll put that in the fucking show notes.
I don't care.
Show notes.
That's the title of this episode. Rip roaring cunt.
Roaring
Yes. Yes.
Episode 244.
Or the Colombian
Rip roaring cunt.
translation thereof. But yeah. If someone could send Miguel Miranda a quick message and ask him what would be the translation for that, I'd appreciate it.
I
I don't
you
think
have
he's
Google
Colombian.
Translate. He's not.
I know. Okay, and the last one I've got, I don't know. It's one of the newer ones, Turning Red.
I hadn't
see it.
seen that
Didn't
one
see it.
yet, but from
Yeah, you're not missing.
yeah, but from the trailers and everything, it seems like
Period.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I can't
That's
come
a
up
catalyst.
with anyone who might be a villain.
I've
I
seen
haven't
it,
seen
and
it.
I think it's again, it's more of an antagonistic thing between her and her mom. If you watch it, the end of it, it is definitely her mom. You're like, oh god, she's overbearing and so on and so forth and what have you. But like no one is out to get her. It's I don't know. It's not.
I'm surprised you didn't
Period.
do any
Talk
live actions.
aside, it's not. Oh yeah, no, I didn't do any live action.
Okay. Yes, I have Mary Poppins.
I don't remember enough about the first one.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't. I don't.
There's no villain in Mary Poppins.
No.
At all.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
what I know about the second one, it's just that's just the way banking goes.
I mean, but they're not the nicest people. They're evil. They're
Mhm.
evil, but nobody's killing or hurting each other.
Right? I mean, it's one of those things where the parents don't believe the kids are still telling them something fantastical, and the parents are like, that just doesn't seem like it makes any sense, and so on and so forth. And that seems to be a little bit of an antagonistic or a disconnect or something. But shit, you got that in 105 different movies.
Yeah, that's.
I can think of one, and it's Cat in the Hat. But still,
Didn't see it.
it was
Yeah, no.
a movie.
I mean,
Yeah,
Michael Myers
Mike
being
Myers
Michael
best.
Myers.
Yeah, basically that was
Yeah.
it. It had a lot of past the line, borderline jokes in it.
Mm-hmm.
It fucking had Paris Hilton at a rave. Just and Kelly Preston, God rest her soul.
The woman who took
Okay.
Arnold's virginity.
Hmm.
Yes.
I was waiting
is-
for Mikey
are
to
there-
pick up on that one.
Are there any other live actions without a villain?
I mean, it's
the first one that popped to my mind. Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
yeah. Just was it last week we talked about Bedknobs and Broomsticks?
It's one
I
of my
think it's
favorite
been coming
movies.
up like once every quarter.
It-
Someone
it
has to
is-
make a Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
It's one of my favorite
Yeah.
movies. It really
No,
is.
it's a good movie. I don't think that one necessarily has a villain. Live action. God,
If
I don't remember them very well, unfortunately.
it's a later,
Fair.
it's a more recent one, but Tron Legacy.
We only watched it once, and I don't really remember much
Right.
about it except for the soundtrack.
Soundtrack.
Oh yeah,
Soundtrack.
yeah. The soundtrack's fucking
Yeah.
fantastic.
I can
The
see
soundtrack is
that,
lit, but I don't remember the movie itself.
Mark.
I don't
can
remember
see
enough
that
of the
because,
movie to make a comment.
because Clue is perfectly content to kill everybody that's
Yeah.
there, whether they're a user or whether they're code.
So Clue would be a villain.
yeah, Clue would be a
but
villain.
You,
2.0.
you know who the real villain of that movie is?
Jeff Bridges.
The one who reanimated young Jeff Bridges'
Oh.
face. That's the real
Yeah.
villain.
Yeah,
Well, they did a horrible fucking job.
it was early in the.
it was.
It's still bad.
It's
Yeah,
still
well,
so
I
bad.
give them credit for trying. They said,
Oh,
"Hey,
yeah,
I think
yeah.
we can do this."
Early on, it's still bad. I mean, hello,
Yeah,
Mandalorian.
I've not been a fan of any of the de-aging of Luke Skywalker in any of
Yep.
the stuff.
Yep.
It's
and what they did to
Oh,
Anakin.
When they tried
Ooh.
to,
I-
well, spoiler
I-
alert. We can't.
Yeah.
No, we can't.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so that's so because I
Well,
watched
they
it
know,
today.
everybody knows he's in it, and in the scene, we don't have to talk about the scene, but they try to young
He
him
ages
down, and it
face.
Yeah,
doesn't
I've
work.
seen
He looks
images
older
of
than
it,
Ewan
and it doesn't
McGregor.
look right.
It's
Nope.
not good.
Okay, so I saw that, and
We don't have to
We're-
talk about the scene. We're not talking about the scene.
Okay.
We're just talking about the artwork, like the
I'm
digital
just
processing
We will
of
talk
it.
about Obi-Wan.
you don't talk about Anakin. I was just making sure that I saw it right, and I did apparently. So okay,
Yes, you did.
Because
Okay,
it doesn't look like they did a good enough job to young him up or age him up. It's very in between.
It's like,
Look, and I've seen better iPhone apps.
yeah,
Yes.
because it looks like current Hayden Christensen face with episode 2 hair. It just
I
doesn't.
think they just got hit by lightning, Mark.
We are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Monsters Inc.
But that's an obvious
Yeah,
villain.
that is obvious because you
Yeah.
got Randall and Water Noose.
Randall is a
Uh,
henchman.
He's not really
He's
a
a henchman.
villain.
He's Waternoose is the real villain. in that.
Yeah,
Yeah, Waternoose is pulling the strings on
No,
now.
not Monsters. The what is it called? The second
Monsters
one.
University.
Yes.
Yeah, there's not really
No,
a villain. I don't
yeah.
think. There's like the
The competing
Competi-
houses.
well, yeah,
Right,
but
right.
no real overarching villain, or any real villain for that matter.
Yeah.
I mean, Nathan Fillion was a shit in that movie, but that's fine. Like he played it perfectly. I don't have an issue with that. I did say,
Oh, I see what you did there.
um, Ralph Breaks the Internet. Is there? I don't think there's a villain in that one,
No.
unless you just think of it. That's
The
just the
internet
internet
in
as its
general.
own villain. Yeah, the internet
Yeah.
is its own villain, I guess.
Again, that's more of a humanity thing, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree.
That we've allowed the internet to become the villain. Same thing like with Wally.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep. That's all of them I got. Now I know talking about like live action stuff, I just haven't seen.
I'm surprised you didn't do Peter Pan.
Well, because Hook is clearly a villain
Oh,
to me.
is he really? Again,
I
going
think
back
so.
to fan theory, Peter Pan's the villain, taking all the Lost Boys, and, killing all the Lost Boys and taking them
I
to.
don't
there's
even
a
think-
good argument for
Afterlife.
that.
I don't think that's necessarily fan theory. I think there's a little bit of that in the original,
Yeah,
like
that is
printed
straight
book.
up. He's a villain.
In the book, it is like hella dark,
And there was another
like it's a Tim Burton movie.
Yo, well,
dark.
yeah, because once they got old enough, he just offed them.
And what was the I think it was Happily Ever After or whatever the hell the TV show that did him as a villain.
Oh,
Once Upon a
Yeah,
Time.
Yes.
yeah.
What's the time?
He was actually a villain in that.
yeah.
But he was
It's
a
funny.
good-looking
A lot
villain.
of the characters in Happily Ever After played
Once Upon a Time.
Once Upon a Time. I'm gonna get it wrong every time I
The
say
Happily
it. now.
Ever After is the Matthew.
Yes.
Uh,
But a lot of the characters in Once Upon a Time played closer to their actual.
I know his name. I know it's not McConaughey.
No, it's not.
It'll come to me.
I don't know what we're talking about.
The movie you keep referencing, Happily Ever After.
I'm just sitting here waiting for it. Waiting for him to get there.
I don't know what we're talking about. I didn't even
Not
know it was
Prince,
a movie.
Prince McDreamy.
Oh, Patrick
Yeah.
Dempsey.
That's the one.
Oh, yeah.
It was, yeah.
Money Can't Buy Me Love.
I'm lost.
Oh, you got to watch that movie. That's
He's a-
fucking
No, I know the
80s.
movie. I'm just lost as to
Okay.
what I was saying.
Happily Ever After did have a villain.
I don't know.
It was,
I don't know. You keep bringing up Happily Ever After, so that's why he keeps
well,
going
he
that
wants
way.
to watch some fireworks, Tim.
No, I'm lost. I was saying something, but I
Once
lost
upon a
it.
time, that
I
the
don't
bad
remember.
guys in that typically play more along the lines of their
Well, even-
literary
oh, yeah, right.
counterparts,
And even
as
some of the
opposed
good guys
to-
weren't exactly good.
Oh,
So
Right.
it is an interesting take on some of it.
I watched that show up until like somewhere in season 3, and after that, I'm just like, yeah, no,
It got bad. It got real
bad. It got too
bad.
far out there.
Yeah.
When they started bringing in like
it's the
Frozen
same
and
guys
everything.
that did. Well, it's the same guys that
But-
did Lost. They
Also,
didn't have a payoff.
honestly,
they didn't have an ending at all. They
well,
just kept
honestly,
throwing shit.
the second they were, I have a feeling they were forced to bring in Frozen
Probably,
Oh, yeah.
probably.
I'm sure.
because it felt extremely forward.
Yeah.
It's
It's like the whole
that whole.
the whole
part of
concept
it.
of the show.
It
was
was
good.
awesome. It was so good. Except for that, the boy actor was bad.
Oh, I hated him. That's what made me stop watching the show. I fucking couldn't stand him.
It's it started to like whenever they started the Peter Pan stuff. That's when I started checking out.
I liked some of the Peter Pan stuff because it made sense until they made until it got like soap opera and it got real soap
Yeah.
opera really quickly.
I think
I struggled with Australian Belle.
That didn't bother me.
That bothered the shit out of me.
But again, you knew why she was there because they're one of they're one of their favorite actresses.
I think part of the problem.
No, I
is the
don't.
fact-
I'd never seen her before.
No, she was in Lost.
Oh, I
That's what
literally
I'm saying.
saw 4 episodes. So
No, I
don't listen
watched
to me when I
Lost for a
reference
while.
it.
Again, watch Lost for a while before that got stupid.
It's got the wasp in it. I know that. Evangeline Lilly.
She was in it.
in Lost.
Yeah, she was the chick in Lost.
Oh, I
Like
didn't know
the-
what we're again. I'm losing track of the topic.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Well, and this isn't even the topic. The topic was villains in for animated films and whether they were, whether they weren't. I mean, I think I probably had about, I don't know what I got here, 22, 23, couple dozen movies. And like I said, these are the ones that I remember that I've seen. And,
well, what are some of the ones that you haven't seen that we've seen?
Well, I mean,
You
how,
would
how do
know
I
that.
answer that
Yeah.
question?
Because
You would know that.
Why don't you know these things, Mikey?
I mean, I don't know. Tim, is there a villain in Fox and the Hound?
Ooh, I don't like that movie.
Yeah.
It makes me cry bad.
Yeah.
I know.
It makes us all- yeah, if you don't cry at that one or even Old Yeller, just
I
no.
refuse to watch Old Yeller. I'll watch Fox and the Hound before I watch Old Yeller. I'll watch. Fuck that movie.
I mean,
There's a lot of antagonists, but I don't think
Amos,
there's a villain.
Amos
Yeah.
Slade is kind of an antagonist. I don't know if he's necessarily a villain.
No, I mean, I have seen that one. That's not one that I haven't seen. I have seen that one. I don't know what. The Aristocats.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I don't think.
The Aristocrat.
I just know the songs.
I
don't
would say
know if
like
I
the
have seen
Butler
it.
dude. I would call him the villain because he's like trying to straight up murder a cat and her kittens for the inheritance.
Okay, that sounds villainous. I'd go with that. I'm gonna just take your word for it, Mark.
I mean, it's been a
On that
while
one?
since I've watched it, but from what I remember, the butler was like trying to murder the cats because he wanted the inheritance because the owner left everything to the cats.
So he was in line after the cats.
I don't think he was.
Otherwise, why would you
Yeah.
I
murder
don't
the
think
cats?
it went that far.
Yeah. Okay. How about any of the Rescuers movies?
Yes, there are.
Yes,
there
there's
are
a
actual
villain, but
villains.
I don't remember.
yeah, it's
I've-
been
there
so
are
long
villains.
since I've seen any of them.
The Rescuers movie, there's a little girl gets kidnapped in the first
and
one.
they have to rescue
yes,
her.
yeah. So
The
yeah,
Rescue
there's
Her
there's
movie.
There's an obvious villain in those.
Oliver and Company.
Didn't see it.
It's been a.
I've seen it, but I don't. It's been
Yeah.
a while, and I don't remember it.
I am shocked you didn't say the Goofy movie.
Who?
We all know it's Powerline and Goofy movies. The villain.
Mikey.
I mean, it didn't have an obvious villain.
But that's what I'm saying. I can't
so
believe you
so
left
I
that out.
skipped over the ones that didn't have,
Okay.
or I don't know. Maybe I did. I saw it once.
That surprises me.
I enjoyed it, but I just saw it the one time.
I'm kind of surprised.
Really,
by that.
fucking Max is an asshole in the whole movie.
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
'Cause he does treat Goofy like shit.
Like hammered up dog shit. A single dad. He just no.
But it's
I
like
just
a coming of age movie because I mean, what teenage kid doesn't treat their dad like shit when they're growing up?
fucking. If my kid treats me like that, he ain't going to come of age.
He ain't gonna come. Period.
Not yeah. What a fucking
Sorry, that was disgusting.
Well,
I'll
maybe you
free up
already
the
have.
pea shoot.
Just solo.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, Jesus, this is going the wrong
Yeah.
way.
Abort,
Abort. Control Alt Delete. Control Alt Delete.
Alt F4.
Control Z.
Alt F4.
Control Z. Undo.
I know there's no going back, Mark.
Undo.
Okay. You know, I think on the note of Max and his Clum babies, we're just going to go ahead and wrap this up.
Come on, babies. Join together.
There you go, Tim. That was for
See, I get
you.
your references, but you don't get mine.
Oh, boy.
I know, Mikey.
I do what I
La la
can.
la 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 la, Labia, you got something for me.
Okay, did I miss a movie? God, I know I missed like 40 of them. Do you have you listener people? Is there a villain in a movie that maybe I missed out on that isn't, you know, an obvious villain? Let us know. Leave comments on the show and also on Facebook, facebook.com/groups/3 sheets.
Leave
We
a
would
comment
love-
on Russell Lawrence Cole's post that will inevitably follow this episode.
Yes.
Multiple.
Usually within 10 hours of this episode of an episode dropping, Russell Cole will have a comment on it that, you know, 3,000 other people look at and say, "What the fuck he's talking about?"
The problem is the hosts know, and it's like, oh, fuck.
2,950, because we do have like 50 listeners that listen every
Oh, okay.
No, we actually have a
Not
pretty
counting
decent count.
us. You know what sucks is this time Mark doesn't have to listen. So,
Fair.
Fair.
speaking of Mark, thanks for being on this evening,
Well, thanks for having me.
filling in for Maria. Is you know, you had some
Maria's
small
this,
shoes to
this?
fill, and we
Yeah.
appreciate you
Oh,
showing up.
Jesus.
I do what I can.
4 legs, too.
No one got stabbed, so
Did
I
you go
like
there
this
to
guy.
make sure that Todd put the kids to bed?
Yeah, go ahead and take your shirt off and everything else on the way up there. It's fine. We're used to it. So's Todd. He probably won't even notice.
Probably not.
Nope.
So, Mark, this is typically when you follow up and you give us your closing remarks on the show. I know you've only done like a couple
Yeah.
of these, but Just,
honestly, really, thanks for having me because I love it every time I get to do this.
it's really all we wanted was that.
But also, I want to bring something up, and Tamara's already given me the go ahead.
Uh-oh.
Her 40th birthday is next year, and she's decided she wants to do a Disney cruise.
Nice.
Oh,
And-
nice.
Oh hell!
We've already found out. Oh well, she's still needs to actually decide on which one she wants to do, but we found one that leaves on her birthday. So we're looking at August 19th through the 26th on the Fantasy in Port Canaveral, leaving from Port Canaveral. But you know,
who else's birthday will be during that time frame?
I know you should come.
Do you know which boat we need for the original Grand Slam?
Fantasy.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Yeah, so and honestly, like she, you know, as many cheaters that want to come, everyone's welcome.
It's also our anniversary. That'll be on our anniversary as well, too, that cruise.
Oh, fantastic. Even better.
We can get lots of free stuff from Disney.
But nothing's locked in,
Nothing's locked
No.
in, but she is
so
leaning.
don't go buying fucking tickets
No,
yet.
she is leaning towards that one. Otherwise, it'll be sometime in October because Halloween.
But Mark, when you
I
get
remember you guys
something-
were saying October, and I'm like, that's usually when Wine and Dine is. And I
Yeah,
don't know if
no,
I'll be
but
able to do that
I
one.
think we're going to go with August.
Alright.
when you get something locked down, let us know so we can
Figure it out.
I will do that.
start looking at making some kind of an event page for you
All right.
for it, whether it's an official
Yeah.
thing or whether it's just a you thing or what. Because you know, I feel like there's far too few cheaters in the group that have done cruises. As everybody needs to do
Yeah.
it. So
And,
always.
and honestly, the only
Good
reason
fun.
why I'm doing it is because it's a Disney cruise. I was in the Navy, spent 6 months out at sea.
Been there, done
Yeah,
that kind of
right.
situation.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah,
water.
pretty much. It all looks the same.
All right, fantastic. Adam, no, Tim.
No, I'm always
I
last.
know. Yes. Tim.
Look for it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna push up to Adam because he's got all the info that you need to listen to.
I was going to say, does your froze ass have anything to
froze
do
No,
with
ass.
it?
I'm so frozen with what Mikey said is my angry face.
You're a ventriloquist. Your lips haven't moved in 15 minutes.
I'm good at my job.
You're a fucking mouth breather on my screen. Is it,
I am in real life too.
everybody look like?
Yeah, nobody can see that it's radio.
It's my half palsy, half. I just had a stroke face.
You can make that face as much as you want. As many people as that can see Tim can see you making that face as well.
All four of us.
All four of us. Adam, bring us home.
Right.
We got something happening.
We do.
What are the things that are happening?
A lot.
What are the bling things?
So
that are
much
happening?
shit's happening. So much stuff. All right. So first up is literally a little, like almost a day under 2 months at this point. We have sheeters on the seas. The sheet up of 2022, commencing August 15th. For the first leg, and that first leg goes from August 15th to August 19th, and the second leg goes from August 19th to August 22nd. This will be our main event for this year, and there are still cabins available. Reach out to Jillian as you wish vacation. She'll be able to hook you up a bit if you're looking to get on the ship. There's, like I said, if you want, it's going to be a fun time, I promise. After that, well, not long enough after that, in my opinion, we have Wine and Dine. Wine and Dine races. Tim and I will both be running the challenge. And Wine and Dine official weekend is from November 3rd to November 6th. After that, a few of us are getting dopey. Tim is not, but I think myself, Jen Goodman, and about 20 or 30 other cheaters, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, maybe about 25 other cheaters, are going to be attempting the dopey or the marathon or some race during that weekend. That is January 4th to January 8th, 2023. And I think I'm finished.
Wyoming, and I drink.
There's a few things happening.
Just a few things, just a little bit. But I mean, of course, if you guys do want to plan your own get together, I do request that you don't make a sheet up unless it's everybody being invited. So Mark's official event, once we get a date, will technically be a sheet up because there's nobody who's not invited.
Yeah, everyone's invited.
He
But
says, please show up. It'll be a shitty party if you don't.
but if you do want to host an event, please reach out to one of us and we will help you out with setting up an event page on the page.
Yeah, because you never know who's going to pop in. Like, I mean, people just love to party.
Oh yeah.
Cheaters love to assemble. That's
There
the
you
best
go.
way I can put that.
True story.
Also, with regards to the cruise, if you're listening to this and you haven't grabbed your Cheaters on the Seas cruise sheet up shirt from TeePublic, there's links in the event page. I can't imagine that you would listen to this and not pay attention to the event page. But anyway, shirts are available. If you have trouble getting a hold of any of them, get a hold of me because they haven't been taken down yet. So they're still there. Knock yourself out.
Well, let's put this display as of June 16th.
Yes.
He was still there.
As of June 16th, they're still there. So,
But
you know,
on
got-
this post,
by the time this posts, you're really cutting it short on getting it in
yeah,
anyway.
we actually got our shirts today.
Got ours today.
So
Oh, you do? I've got a. I've
That,
got
that artwork looks great on the asphalt color.
I like it better
Oh.
on the yellow,
Dang.
but
I think I'm getting it on the yellow, Adam.
I like it on the yellow. It looks nice.
I think Stephanie's getting it on the heather gray because it's a V-neck. But anyway, yeah, get shirts, get magnets, put them on doors, put them on other people's doors. Just put them everywhere. We likes it. Anyway, yeah, Mark, thanks again for coming in, coming on, filling in, coming.
coming at you.
I'm a chameleon.
Yep, appreciate that. We appreciate your culture club, and a lot of good insight. Hey, villains are out there. I hope we can do a deeper dive into a lot of the classic Disney villains going forward. I think that'd be a fun show idea. But until we do that, this is what you have, and we appreciate you listening. So until next time, this isn't goodbye. This is see you real soon. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.